Fort Santiago, one of the oldest fortifications in Manila, built in 1571 on the site of the native settlement of Raja Sulaiman. First fort was a palisaded structure of logs and earth, destroyed in the Limahong attack in 1574. Stone fort built between 1589 and 1592. Damage in the 1645 earthquake. Repaired and strengthened from 1658 to 1663. Became the headquarters of the British Occupation Army from 1762 to 1764. Repaired and renovated in 1778. Former headquarters of the Philippine Division of the U.S. Army, occupied by the Japanese military in 1942, where hundreds of civilians and guerrillas were imprisoned, tortured, and executed. Destroyed in the Battle of Manila in 1945. Used as a depot of the U.S. Transportation Corps before turned over to the Philippine government in 1946. Declared Shrine of Freedom in 1950. Restoration and maintenance of the fort began in 1951 under the National Park Development Committee. Management was turned over to the Intramuros administration in 1992. The dungeon used to be the storage vault and powder magazine of the Baluarte de Santa Barbara. Because of the dampness caused by the humid weather and the nearness of the vault to the Pasig River, the Spaniards decided to build a new powder magazine on top of the Baluarte in 1715. The vaults were converted into prison cells and storerooms when the Casa del Castellano, or Commander's Residence, was built in 1718. Rizal would only learn of the verdict on December 29, of which he made no protest. He was then transferred to the chapel, where he would remain for the next 24 hours. This was the chapel which was converted as a prison cell where Rizal spent his last 24 hours. In this cell, Jose Rizal was detained prisoner from November 3 to the morning of December 29, 1896, falsely charged with rebellion, sedition, and formation of illegal societies. After the reading of the court sentence at 6 a.m. Of December 29, he was kept in an improvised chapel until his execution at 7:03 a.m. of December 30, 1896, on the Luneta Bagumbayan Field, Manila. This was the path of Rizal's walk from his cell to his execution site in Bagumbayan.
Roman Catholic Cathedral of Manila. First cathedral built in 1581, damaged by a typhoon in 1582, and destroyed by fire 1583. Second cathedral built by stone in 1592, and partially destroyed by earthquake in 1600. Third cathedral built in 1614 and destroyed by earthquake of 1645. Fourth Cathedral, magnificent, built in 1654 to 1671 by Archbishop Miguel Public and destroyed by earthquake of June 3, 1863. And Fifth Cathedral, built in 1870 to 1879 under architect Luciano Oliver. The center of the cross of the dome is a reference point of astronomical longitude of archipelago. Plaza de Roma, this was formerly called Plaza Mayor and was converted into park in 1797. It was renamed Plaza Makili in 1901. In 1961, it was renamed Plaza de Roma to honor Sacred College of Cardinal in Rome, following the elevation of the first Filipino Cardinal Rufino J. Santos. The bronze monument to Carlos IV of Spain was erected in 1824 as tribute to the introduction of the smallpox vaccine in Philippines. The fountain was built in 1886. In the 1960s, the statue was replaced by the Gumbursa Monument. The statue was returned in 1981. Saint Peter, in prayerful remembrance of the late Don Sergio Osmeña, 1878 to 1961, former President of the Philippines, and his wife, Doña Esperanza Lim Jap de Osmeña, in 1891 to 1978, through election Pontifice awardee for their loyalty and service to our Holy Mother Church and their country to Republic of the Philippines, and in profound gratitude of His Holiness Pope John Paul II for giving the Manila Cathedral with dignity of basilica. La Pieta. La Pieta is one of the world's most recognized work of art sculpture, beautifully portray the scene of faith and sorrow. That of the battered body of Jesus Christ, cradled in the loving arms of the Virgin Mary, is a reminder of great sacrifice both Mother and the Son so willing endure for the salvation of man. Pieta Malate in 1945. In memory of the people of Malate who were killed during the Second World War and the 5 Colombian priests who stayed with them and died with them. The compassionate figure of Our Lady of Healing calls the Church to heal our crucified Lord, to walk with the poor and the oppressed, and to be the voice of them who cry for justice. Mary, who inspired the woman of Malate, represents the woman of all time who bring life into the world and must understand the sacredness of life and the initiative of war. The Colombian Martyrs of Malate. In February 1945, 10 of Tao San, a president of Malate district, including 5 Colombian priests, chose to stay with the practitioner. Lost their lives, they were among the 100,000 who in hands of the Japanese Imperial Army and selling to the United States. Remedios Training Center, or RTC. RTC one built during the time of the Paris priest Father Arthur Price was opened in 1970. It is a four-story center of social services and vocational training. The Remedios Rehabilitation Center, or RJMC, built under the initiative of the Paris priest Michael Martin, was opened 2000. To welcome the new millennium, it was inaugurated by the late Jaime Cardinal Sin on Fiesta Day, November 19, 2000. Church of Malate. Malate, also known as Our Lady Premidis Paris. This section of the city dates back 1588. The titular patroness of this church is Nuestra Señora de los Remedios, whose statue was brought from Spain in 1624 by Reverend Juan Guevara. The British landed their troops near in 1762 and used the Church of Malate for protection of their rearguard in the capture of Manila. This church was greatly damaged by the earthquake of June 1663. The parish has been under a successive administration of Augustinians, the secular clergy, the Redemptorists, and the Colombans.